This is Diane from Teach Pre-K. Tomorrow's my first day of school for the 2023 year. I had contract week last week, so I have kids coming tomorrow. And just like every year, I get my room cute and perfect. It's exactly how I want it. And then I go, oh my gosh, I've got a lesson plan. So I've been working on that this weekend, and I'm going to share some things that I do that I think make lesson planning so easy and fast. And you just make sure you hit all the bases. You're going to love it. The first thing that I do is I print out some calendars. And I print them out because as I'm planning, I want a quick reference to look at. I don't want to be going through windows on my screen. So I find my school calendar and I print the whole thing out. That way I know when Meet the Teacher is, Back to School is, our Christmas program, our grandparents program, our parent-teacher conferences, our vacation days, our early dismissal days, because I have an afternoon class. So that matters a lot to me because that means that class will not be there that day and I don't have to plan for that class. So my school calendar is number one, important. And I make many, many copies of these. I share them with my aides, my other teachers. I have one at home. I have one at school. So then, sorry for popping off screen, I have my calendar that I made, and this calendar is available, editable in my Teachers Pay Teacher store, and it's free. There's also free newsletter templates, and you'll see my newsletter in a minute. I go through and I put in the days off, the important meetings like CPR training, back to school night, meet the teacher, first day, picture day, things like that. So I use this calendar and I fill in what I can so that when I have to start planning my weeks, I get like where I'm going to have less time than usual. Mostly where I'm going to have less time than usual because I don't want to do a theme that I know their kids really like during a parent-teacher conference week because my pre-K won't have class like 2 days. But I have spaces here to fill out like dramatic play, block, sensory, letter of the week. I don't start my letter of the week until the third week, but I fill all that in once I go through with the other teacher and we plot out the year. So this one is my marked up calendar. As you can see, I've already really marked the heck out of this guy. But we went through the entire year and we wrote in what themes we're going to do and what letters we're going to do. Some of the letters stayed the same from last year, some did not. So I will go through today and I will fill everything in, what I want to do for dramatic play, a block idea, sensory idea, things like that. I usually have a pretty good idea of what I've done in previous years. So yeah, like all this is filled out. You see my early dismissal here. So I've got my nature theme, which is not my favorite theme. I don't like it. I would just rather extend fall, but we'll go on a nature hike, do a little leaf hunt because my poor pre-K only has 2 days that week because we've got fall break right after these 2 early dismissal days. So this is super important, you guys. If you fill out a planning calendar, you can write your newsletters and everything weeks and weeks ahead. I am usually 3 to 6 weeks ahead of the game so that then I can come to school and I can start getting things ready for the next week. So this week I'll start getting ready for About Me week. I'll get everything I want for dramatic play out, for blocks. I'll start prepping activities. I actually started prepping some of those activities last week because I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you my filled out newsletter so you can see what that looks like. Before that, though, I am going to show you my filled out little, I've got a little 3-part planning, kind of like a little template that I use. I usually just handwrite everything, but for the sake of this video, I typed it out because, as you could see by that calendar, I have terrible handwriting. So I'm going to share that with you and then pop back on and talk about some other things. Okay, here I have got my planning templates. So I've got my calendar done. You saw that. I'm going to get it all typed up and ready to go today so that next week when I sit and lesson plan, I can just come right here and go, okay, what's my letter of the week? Look at my calendar. What special event or speaker do I have? I can put that there. I can look and see who my snack helper is. I can look and down in my book room and find my books for that theme. This theme is Welcome to School. I don't have nonfiction books for that, but I usually do for every other theme. So here are my free choice centers: blocks, alien sensory bin, house with dishes and food, the gears. I don't have technology. I'm going to put puzzles out at my listening center. And we are going to do Play-Doh for mini centers only that week. Here are the concepts I want to cover. Shapes, numbers, and 1 through 5 I want introduced. Literacy, just general letters, name letters, first letter of the name. We're going to introduce that. Art, we're just practicing using materials. And social emotional, words to solve conflict. I don't really want to do any science for the first week of school. Here is where the beginning with the end in mind comes into play. I have to think about what I want the kids to know and have at the end of the week so we can build on prior knowledge and so that I know I've done my job. So I usually have 3 or 4 things. And these will also be my student learning expectations when you see my newsletter. So they will get to know each other's names, how to use materials in the classroom procedures and rules, and how to play in free choice centers. So those are my main objectives this week. So I go down here and I've broken it down into math and literacy, main objectives, science, fine motor, gross motor, and social emotional, main ideas and objectives. So over here with math and literacy, they'll be introduced to basic shapes and review colors. Students will hear and see the alphabet and be introduced to the first letter of their names. I go down further. What steps am I going to take to help them get to these goals and help me achieve my goals with my kids? Well, in circle times every day, we're going to do a shape and letter songs. We are going to use daubers to dot shapes. We are going to watch shape and letter videos. We are going to play with magnetic letters and do letter matching. We are going to discover numbers by playing Hide the Monster game. I could put as many activities as I wanted right here. So then when I go to my lesson plan, I'm going to look and go, okay, I want a math here. I want a literacy here. I want, fine motor, science, social emotional. But so under all that, science, fine motor, gross motor, social emotional, circle time every day, we're going to do name songs and games. We are going to do small group center tours and play in our centers with our little chick books to guide us. We are going to practice lining up and take a school tour, which is a great time killer for the first week of school. And it also helps the kids get some good practice in. We're going to play the marker and lid match game. And we're going to do a This Is What I Made coloring page. And we're going to do some watercolor tray painting. We're going to use our little chick books to help us with all that. And we are going to repeat rules and procedures every day, many times a day. So I break it down further into, okay, for math, I've got the We Are Shapes song. We're going to read the book Triangle, and triangle is going to be our focus shape one day. Another day, we're going to do the Storybot shape video. We're going to read the book Square, and Square will be our focus shape for that day. Another day, we're going to read the book Circle. Circle is going to be our focus shape, and we're going to play a Find the Circle game in whole group. A fourth day, we're going to read mouse shapes, and we're going to talk about what can be made from shapes. I have a felt story for mouse shapes, and the rectangle is going to be our focus shape. For a fifth day of activities, and I can put these in any day I want, we are going to read the big book shapes and talk about the shapes we have learned this week and watch We Are Shapes again. I will probably do this on Friday because it will be a good review. For literacy and writing activities, we are going to have Dogs and Dishes letter magnets out for mini centers at least one day of the week. The pre-K is going to make their journal folders, and we are going to relate the letters that are on our placemat to the letters on my alphabet wall and our alphabet line because they have the same animals and the same colors. We are going to talk about our names that are on the alphabet wall and kind of go over the first letter of our name. Pre-K only is going to do their first journal page on Thursday. So I'm excited for that. And preschool is going to do some letter matching on Thursday as well. So here's the deal with that letter matching. It's just going to be straight letter to letter. I like to trace magnet letters on a piece of butcher paper, tape it to a table, color the letters the same color as the letter magnets, and they just match that way. And pre-K will do that the next day. For art, science, fine motor, and social emotional, we are going to practice using crayons. We're going to do a marker and lid game. We are going to practice with scissors and glue. We're going to do an activity called Lots of Dots and read a book called Lots of Dots. And we're going to use paint trays. Friday is just going to be Fun Free Friday. They are going to use all the art supplies that we practiced with for the week. So now I can take these and I will show you how all three of these things help me fill out my newsletter. And my newsletter is actually my lesson plan. They are one in the same. So thanks for watching this, and we will hop on over. Here I have my preschool newsletter, and hopefully you'll be able to see where my planning with the end in mind and the activities I listed kind of showed up here. I've got my important dates to remember, and that brings that calendar that I made into play. My snack assignment. It's different because this is the first week of school, but it would normally just have one family's name and they would bring for the whole week. That's how many kids they need to bring for, the date, the themes up here. I just do a simple overview for the parents. And at the end, I put what my goal is for the kids. You can read that. I have a space for learning expectations. This is required by my principal, so I always have to do what my learning expectations are. Here is a sampling of the books that we will read. I read about 3 times more books than this, especially the first week of school. I can always grab their attention by reading or singing a book. So here, remember, my goal for the week is for the kids to know each other's names, how to solve conflict with their words, and how to use the materials in the classroom as well as how to behave in our centers. So on Monday, we're learning about our school and classroom through songs and activities. We are making coloring crowns with crayons. We are introducing centers and how to share and take turns. We will be singing the Brown Bear book and doing an activity. On Tuesday, we will take photos for our class book, our name strips, our job chart, and our door, and practice transitioning through centers. We will also do Scat the Cat and color rhymes, smartboard games, and shape books and songs about school. What I don't have in here are like the name games that we'll be doing in circle time and whole group. Um, they just are things that we will only be doing like brief periods, but they will, I know it's in there because it's in my cute little head. Um, our first teacher led center is going to be the marker and lid match. We're going to practice transitioning through centers more. We'll do Scat the Cat again because they like it. We will have snack outside, and it is our first day with Mrs. Summerhays. Now, we will do other things than this. This is all I hope to get through. I know we will get through more than this, but one year I had a child that cried every day the whole week for the entire time, and we got through very, very little. We also go to the bathroom a lot during 3-year-old preschool. We play outside a lot because it's morning and it's beautiful. It's not hot yet, and I really feel like they need that park time. Thursday is our second day with teacher-led centers. We're going to use glue sticks and glue. We're still transitioning through centers. We will color our survival certificate. We will do a Pete the Cat story song and book with a video and play some name games. Because by the end of the week, we're going to know each other a whole lot more. So that was preschool. So done, diddly, done, done. And I will show you pre-K. I know, don't judge me. I have a million things open. Okay, so this is my pre-K schedule. So it has all the same things that the other lesson plan had. But I'm going to show you, we're going to do Little Chick books. I put the sign of the cross and the prayer before meals on my lesson plan. We've got the marker and lid match. We're going to do a center where we make our journal folders. We will do Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. We will do Scat the Cat just that one day. We'll probably do it more here too, but do you see how this has a lot more activities? We're going to do the glue dot family with liquid glue. We are going to do cutting with scissors. We are going to play Where's the School Monster because we have Mrs. Summerhays this day. And if the class is really good and easy to manage, we can do all three of these. If not, I'm going to have to get rid of one, and one of the teachers will just observe the class and help out for bathrooms and for if there are disagreements that need a teacher. So Thursday, I've got writing my first journal page, spin, graph, and count colorful crayons. It's a fun game that we'll play many different ways during the year. We will free paint with watercolors, rocking in my school shoes with Pete the Cat. They have a library on Friday. Now, this is the day that I am not here, so everything is ready for my aides, who are my subs, to just take over. We're going to color the survival certificate. We're going to clean up the centers, get ready for Monday. We are going to do some sorting and a Poppets game. So that's what my newsletter lesson plans look like for each week. And editable templates like this are in my Teachers Pay Teacher store. The link will be in the description. So I hope that was helpful and you saw that I took great care in planning my first week. One thing that I didn't talk about was I planned for me being tired. And I want you to plan for you being tired too. I haven't had to work full school days with children, talking the whole day, having my energy up the whole day. And I know that I'm not going to have the stamina that I had the last week of school. So my plan is really light, especially for my 3-year-olds. And that's not just for me, but it's because sometimes I have a lot of kids crying and I need to work that into my plan. Sometimes we have to spend a lot of time outside because it's the only place where some kids won't be crying. And I know that I have a lot of activities that I'll be doing in pre-K that if my preschool 3-4s are doing so well, I can just move those over and I can do those, and we can learn how to use more of our materials in our art and writing center and things like that. But I do want to tell you guys, if you are not already planning by plotting out your whole year first, I suggest you do it. It is such a time saver. Once I have this all filled out with what I want to do, for dramatic play, for sensory, who my snack people are, I've got everything filled out so I know when I have to do assessments and everything. You guys, I can be weeks and weeks ahead. I give myself like the greatest treat. And over Halloween, I plan so the weekend after Halloween, I plan all of November and December, and I get 6 weeks of planning done so I can enjoy my Thanksgiving and I can enjoy my Christmas. And then I've got that long break where I can give myself another treat and plan another 4 to 6 weeks. But if I don't have everything already done and I don't know what my letters are and I don't know what my themes are, I'm going to be flying by the seat of my pants and I'm going to be working constantly. I don't want you guys to work constantly, and I don't want me to work constantly either. So please, please, please download this or make your own. Like I said, it's free in my Teachers Pay Teacher store. It's editable. I will put it in the description. My newsletters are editable. I'll put the link to that in the description. They're free too. If you want those little planning sheets, shoot me an email at teachpk101@gmail.com and I will send those to you. It is my first week of school. I have my mother with Alzheimer's to take care of. My daughter just got engaged. I'm having dinner with her in-laws on Tuesday. I have back to school night on Wednesday, so I'm going to be super busy this week. So it might take me till the weekend, but I will get it to you, I promise. Also, I talked a little bit about Little Chick books. I will do another video later today or tomorrow about the Little Chick books. I'm going to use them for the first time. It's something I created to teach procedures and behavior. I was inspired by another teacher that I really admire, and I'm like, I want to do something like that. So I will show you what those are, and hopefully I'll make those available to you too. But as usual, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. I hope everybody has a great first week of school. Those of you who are still on summer break, enjoy every second of it. It's over for me. I'm sad, but I'm excited. I always love the start of school. Thanks so much.